full of traditions, and our last one for the evening is our tradition to end the pinning ceremony with farewell remarks from a graduating senior. This year, I'm pleased to introduce May 2016 graduate and Student Nurses Association President, Alex Averill.
Thank you, Dean Williams. First, before I begin, I have a piece of logistics. A graduate dropped some keys, Mitsubishi, red tassel, keys are yours. Come catch me if you can. Good evening and welcome, everybody, to the May 2016 Rhode Island College School of Nursing pinning ceremony. I thought standing up here would be a bit nerve-wracking, but on the contrary, I kind of feel a sense of power. As if I want to get everybody in here to play Simon Says. So maybe let's go ahead with that, and Simon Says, give this wonderful group of graduates a round of applause. As you can tell, tonight is a very special night, and it's an honored tradition in the nursing community. It is my pleasure to be here in celebration of our accomplishments and to speak on behalf of this wonderful group of graduates. Thank you, friends, family, esteemed guests, for joining us and for your continued support and praise. If you've shared residence with any of these graduates here, then I'm sure you're aware of the time, focus, and commitment that it takes to get through this program to be here tonight. There are many ways to describe this amount of dedication. Countless words, nouns, adjectives, fortitude, determination, moxie. Numerous idioms and phrases, nose to the grindstone, burning the midnight oil, proving your mettle. But I believe we identified it well with just one word: grit. The courage and the resolve to get through any obstacle or barrier and to achieve those long-term goals. As a young man, my father promised me a few things: that he would not be able to buy me a car or pay for my college education, but he could give me one very special gift: a work ethic. He always treated me with the respect of a man, but he demanded the responsibilities of this role, and it took time for me to grow into this. I learned that working hard, hand over fist, would always bring positive results, no matter what the outcome was, because the work builds character. It teaches you how to succeed, how to fail, how to learn, adapt, and overcome. During my second combat deployment to Afghanistan, I served as a hospital foreman, a medic, to an infantry unit of wonderful Marines. My team was designated as a casualty evacuation vehicle. One day, we were responding to one of our vehicles that had struck an IED, or an improvised explosive device, in a desert riverbed or an airbed of Hawaii. 7 men were in this vehicle, and each one of them was a dear friend of mine. We dismounted and moved to the downed vehicle. Before we were able to even move, we began to take mortar fire. Close, accurate mortar fire. Before we reached the vehicle, we received a report that there were additional IEDs that were still active in the area. We moved through clouds of dirt and smoke left unsettled by the explosion. And I remember seeing them not as ominous signs of danger that lay ahead, but merely as a distraction to my main objective. Company leaders shouted orders, but their words were lost in the surroundings. I remember moving through the water over rocks, sand, scrub brush. With vehicle in my sight, I leapt over the secondary IEDs. My only thoughts involved closing the distance between me, myself, and that vehicle, and using its metal hull as safety. Relative safety. There I could pull people from its mangled frame, begin assessing their injuries, and get them into a higher echelon of care. I recall a sense of selflessness, maybe stupidity. because I recognize the importance of my mission, to bring every single man home to his family. And no amount of fear was going to stop me. So I moved forward. Accustomed to the lifestyle of sleeping in dirt, eating out of sealed bags, I thought school would be a breeze. In addition to the courses, clinical rotations, committees, calculations, computerized exams. I was met with many other life experiences to test my resolve. I've been blessed with the gift of fatherhood and the pleasures of raising a child. I've also lost 5 of my brothers to suicide, 2 more in the week since I wrote this speech.
Too many.
This is only my story, and it's one of approximately 120 that sit before you tonight. Many of you have overcome obstacles just as difficult. We have students working full-time, supporting families, children. Some have children, 5 children. Imagine. Some have lost parents. Some have battled difficult medical problems, but that hasn't stopped our progress. Since joining the ranks of Rhode Island College's nursing program, I've recognized many of the qualities necessary for honorable service in the military, parallel those necessary in providing exemplary nursing care. Here is some parting advice. When it feels that life is starting to settle, don't become too complacent. New challenges will present themselves, and we should meet them head on and not shy away from them. They will identify the perceived boundaries of our perceived abilities and afford us the opportunities to explore more of our undiscovered self. I'm positive that everybody here is familiar with the photograph of an iceberg, with 70% of it being underwater and not viewable from atop. I'd like to think this is how we should perceive ourselves, with so much left to discover. We have worked, toiled, studied, practiced, performed, and perfected our craft. And I proudly stand here tonight, shoulder to shoulder with you. Sometimes our arms are too full with the task at hand to pat ourselves on the back. So celebrate this day. Take pride, revel in our accomplishments. Travel, enjoy your favorite company. Date, maybe even sleep. Give your mind and body the self-care that it deserves, but don't give up on growing. Set new goals, academically, personally, vocationally. For I've learned one thing, and life doesn't necessarily get easier with time or practice. But that's okay, because if it was easy,